Let me ask you something simple but powerful. Have you ever gone to bed fully determined to change your life, only to wake up the next morning and do nothing? You set alarms, multiple ones. You make a mental plan. You picture your productive day unfolding perfectly. But then, the alarm rings. And suddenly, all of that fire you had the night before vanishes. The blanket feels like a shield against the world, and the thought of getting up becomes a mountain you don't want to climb. We laugh about it, make memes about it, but deep down, we're left with that sinking feeling. Why can't I just do what I said I would do? The answer might surprise you. You're not lazy. You're just lost. And I want to show you exactly why. The war for your attention. We live in a world that fights for your mind every second. Every color, sound, notification, it's all designed to pull you in and keep you there. You wake up and check your phone before you even speak. Before you've thought a single original thought of your own, the outside world has already invaded your mind. We're overstimulated, and the scariest part, we're used to it. We don't even realize how much of our mental energy is being hijacked. Blaise Pascal, a 17th century philosopher, once wrote, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." That was hundreds of years ago, before smartphones, before the internet, before notifications. Now, sitting quietly in a room feels unbearable for many. And that's not because you're weak, it's because you're wired that way. Let's talk about dopamine. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure, but that's only half the truth. Dopamine is about anticipation. It's the neurochemical that drives you to chase, to search, to seek. In the wild, this made sense. Our ancestors needed motivation to hunt, gather, survive. But today, the hunt is for likes, views, memes, quick laughs, fast answers, and the supply is endless. The reward loop is instant. We're not lazy. Our brains are just hooked on constant reward. There's a famous study where scientists disabled the dopamine system of rats. They placed them near food. The rats didn't eat, not because they didn't enjoy it, but because they had no motivation to move toward it. That's us. We know what we should do, but we can't seem to take the first step. One of the greatest discoveries in neuroscience in the last 75 years is this: the same part of the brain that processes pleasure also processes pain. And they work like a seesaw. When you experience a dopamine spike, like eating sugar, watching a funny video, or scrolling, your brain automatically tries to bring you back to baseline by pushing down the other side, the pain side. So the more often you chase pleasure, the more often your brain pushes you into emotional discomfort afterward. That's why, after binging YouTube or TikTok, you feel anxious, empty, or sad. This is not failure. This is biology. Anna Lemke, in her book, Dopamine Nation, explains this perfectly. She uses the analogy of gremlins on a seesaw. Each time you indulge in pleasure, gremlins jump onto the other side, the pain side, trying to bring balance. But they don't just jump off once the balance is restored. They stick around, and suddenly, life feels heavy. For no obvious reason. You've probably been told you just need more discipline, more willpower. But here's a truth many won't tell you. Willpower is not enough when the battlefield is rigged against you. It's like trying to win a race with weights tied to your ankles, while the competition is using jetpacks. Willpower can help in the short term, but in a world of infinite temptation, discipline without understanding leads to burnout. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer believed that a man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. In other words, you can't force motivation to appear. You must create conditions where motivation grows naturally. That begins by changing your environment, by making the easy things harder and the hard things easier. Put the phone in another room. Set timers to limit your screen time. Turn your home into a place of intention, not distraction. The true joy in life isn't found in fast, artificial stimulation. It's in slow, earned satisfaction. Finishing a book, writing a journal page, going for a walk, solving a problem with no obvious answer. These moments may not give you a dopamine rush immediately, but they give you something deeper: self-respect. The Stoics believed in the concept of voluntary discomfort. By choosing what is hard, they trained their minds to be calm, even in chaos. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. You don't need to escape the world. You just need to stop giving it total access to your brain. Start building your own reward system. If your mind feels foggy, get your body moving. You don't have to lift weights or run marathons. Just start with a walk, a stretch, 10 minutes of movement. Nietzsche, one of the most misunderstood philosophers, believed that thinking should happen while walking. For him, the rhythm of footsteps connected directly to the rhythm of thought. Modern studies support this. Movement boosts neurochemicals like BDNF that help with focus, learning, and mental clarity. A still body leads to a still mind, but a moving body, that's where real clarity begins. I'm not good enough. I can't focus. I'll never change. Add one word. Yet. I'm not good enough. Yet. I can't focus. Yet. I haven't changed. Yet. Sir, Carol Dweck, author of Mindset, showed how this simple shift changes lives. When we see life as growth instead of judgment, we take our power back. You're not a finished product. You're a process. An evolving, breathing, trying human being. And that is beautiful. You live in a world that values speed, faster internet, quicker responses, rapid progress. But meaning does not live in speed. It lives in depth. Søren Kierkegaard once warned that understanding everything too fast leads to shallow lives filled with deep suffering. We must reclaim our slowness, our stillness, our patience, because that is where wisdom lives. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you don't plant anything, weeds, the algorithm, the noise, the trends will grow by default. But if you plant intentionally, books, ideas, silence, movement, reflection, your mind becomes fertile ground for growth. Viktor Frankl wrote, "When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure." Let's stop running from meaning. Let's stop treating distraction like medicine and start choosing our thoughts again. Daily tools to rebuild your focus. Here are 5 tools you can start using right now. The first hour rule. Avoid your phone for the first hour after waking. Let your mind begin the day with peace. The Mind Dump Journal every morning for 5-10 minutes. Let your thoughts spill without judgment. 1 tab. Only use your browser with only 1 tab at a time. Train your mind to follow one path. Walk without headphones. Let your mind wander. Let boredom lead you to new ideas. The deep work. Sprint set a 20-minute timer. Focus on one task, then rest. Repeat. It's not about perfection. It's about momentum. Stack small wins. Stack intentional actions. Watch your clarity return. You're not made for constant productivity. You're not a machine. You're a soul with rhythm, emotion, and complexity. You don't exist to output content or crush goals endlessly. You exist to live deeply. So pause, breathe, return to what matters. You've made it this far. That means something. You didn't click away. You didn't chase the next distraction. You stayed. And in doing so, you proved something powerful. You still have control. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just lost in a world that profits from your confusion. But now, you see it. And with that awareness, you can choose a different path. So go, write, walk, think, reflect, rebuild, reclaim, reconnect. This is not the end. It's the beginning of your return to yourself.